I'm not Captain Kidd, but I did what I did. Jolly Roger and me on the mighty blue sea. I fought and I stole fine treasures of gold. Now they're looking for me on land and sea. I'm caught in a trap, but I've made you a map. Whoever ye be, think of me in the sea. Got my hair in your mouth, how'd you do that? Now we gotta peek through the binoculars. Oh, we're looking at that island that we could not find the skull and crossbones. Well, there it is. If you didn't know where it was and moved on, you'd find it immediately. Okay, I spy a button, a walnut hull, a bobby pin, the teeth of a skull, a wishbone tree, a moon, a bell. Are the teeth of the skull? Wait, are the teeth of the skull the stones of a well?
In your eyes, they're burning like cigarettes on top of a head. They could resurrect a Lazarus up from a grave that somehow made you cry. And both of your hands were rough like a carpenter's, so accustomed to nails and to hammers. Never would thought those nails would cut inside. Oh, your hands are blessed one holy, holy night.
Okay. God. Welcome to breakfast with me and my water bottle here. It looks like we're on a talk show or a podcast or something. This is still piping hot, but I want to bite now because I'm hungry and a fat bitch. It's pretty good. I definitely prefer ham, but we were out of ham, and I am determined to eat what is in my house. We've officially reached that time of year that I've literally heard referred to as the taint of the year. And that is the time between Christmas and New Year's. Although me and Henry are going to be going to his family's house for a late Christmas celebration. So it doesn't really feel like Christmas is over yet for me. But it is technically over. And I've been doing a fair bit of thinking about my goals. You guys have already seen that video. Because this is the first video of the new year for you guys. Happy New Year. But it's still 2025 for, the Maddie you see in the screen. And so I've been pondering, goal setting and stuff like that, and just generally getting motivated. And if you sat through my entire PT test plus Q&A test, then first of all, you're a real one. But second of all, you would know that your girl is planning on trying to save money. I don't want to say get out of debt, but somewhat get out of debt. I feel like I'm always going to have some form of debt, but yeah, we're wanting to pay down some things. And I've been debating about if I want to put that on the channel. I'm leaning very hard on yes. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, please let me know. And if you're not, I guess you can let me know that too. But I'm debating about how honest I want to be. Honestly, debt just has a whole, there's so many connotations, and it's so weird how our society treats people who are in debt, being in debt, stuff like that, how people spend their money. Never mind the fact that we live in a society where it is difficult to get ahead. At least for the average everyday person that isn't a billionaire. But regardless, if you are interested in that, let me know. Let your girl know. And I can make that happen for you. I can, and I will. But anyway, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this vlog is actually breaking tradition. So I say tradition. If you do something twice, I guess intentionally, is it a tradition? I would say so. But for the last 2 years, my first real video of the new year is me following AI dietary recommendations. However, your girl is trying to eat what's in her house currently, and whenever I follow AI dietary recommendations, by the way, the thumbnails of those videos, hilarious. The most fun I have making thumbnails. I have to usually go buy stuff, and yeah, I can't be bothered to do that. We're eating what we have at home. We have food at home. So I'm kind of breaking tradition there, but if you're like, oh no, Maddie, I like that format. I know AI is really like controversial, but if you like that format, let your girl know and I can make it in the future. It was like a whole vibe. I would follow AI dietary recommendations. We would go to a basketball game. I would wear the same Mizzou shirt. Like, you know, I just liked it. But yeah, can't really go to a basketball game. We have a baby and we don't have anybody to watch him for hours on end. All right, well, I don't like eating on camera, as you guys can see by the fact that I'm kind of just holding the same food. It is still piping hot though. So yeah, I'm going to scarf my breakfast, and it's like a little chilly with the wind blowing, but I'm going to scarf my breakfast, and I feel like there's something I have to do. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to my dimly lit, messy room. We ate a little breakfast, but I wanted to, before I get dressed for the day, these are my pajamas. These shorts are very comfortable. Henry got them for me postpartum when I was all swollen. They're not flattering in the slightest, but they are the most comfortable thing. Literally, the tag says buttercore, and I'm gonna be real, they had me at butter. Okay, so, just put my phone in this dirty clothes hamper. I did some impulse shopping the other day because Torrid be emailing me. I really got to like jump off their emails. But they were like, hey, we have clearance deals. And of course they do. So we have a mini Torrid haul. I only bought 3 items, but I was bad. I couldn't help myself, okay? One of them is definitely a riskier item. I will say the 3 items total cost me about $50, including like tax. I have it shipped to the store. I don't spend their $8 on shipping. That is highway robbery. I bought 3 items, and yeah, let's do a little fashion show. God, my room really is filthy. Okay, the aesthetic is mildly ruined by the fact that I'm wearing a regular bra. I cannot be bothered to change into a different bra. It's fine. I will say this top was pretty cheap. I think it was like $8, and it's because it had really bad reviews. The reviews literally were like, girl, size up. Size up, it has no stretch, which is weird because it's got this fabric that looks like it's stretchy, but the moment I put it on, I could hear like fabric like popping. I don't think I ripped anything, and I think it's okay. I think this is probably the size I would go with. It does have little strappies here. But I would definitely need to wear a strapless bra with this one, or just have no shame, which I don't. But she's okay. She's cute. She's a little baby doll dress. I just don't have a lot of like shirts, cute like date night type shirts. I have a lot of business casual shirts from my days working at the law firm. Don't look down here. Don't look at that. But yeah, she's okay. She's pretty cute. I'm pretty sure all this stuff is like, because it's marked down so low, I can't return it, but I wouldn't return it. I think it's fine. I'm not obsessed, but again, the cheap price drew me in. Okay. Our next 2 items are like a full-on ensemble. So let us look, let us watch. Okay, I am obsessed. She is flouncy. She is cute. She's a little short. I can see my knees. But she's freaking adorable. She's got enough razzle dazzle. She's giving vague like lady of the night. No, that sounds like a hooker. She's giving vague like goth vibes. And we are into it. I just love a good dress, y'all. I know it's winter, although I will wear this with a pair of black leather boots and we will be in business. This is great. Henry actually came in briefly when I was trying it on, but I had the camera off because I'm not trying to flash y'all any goodies. But he enjoyed it. He was very into it. Yeah, this is mad cute as well. I cannot deny it. I think I got this in a size 1 as well. I'll put it on the screen if I'm lying. I'm pretty sure I got everything in a size 1. Torrid's just sizing to me is very forgiving. So, you know, read the reviews. But yeah, but she is adorable. I love her. I'm obsessed. And my favorite color is red. So this is giving all the vibes I want it to. Okay. I feel like I'm going to need a different shot here because, hang on. All right, we've relocated the camera. So we have a jumpsuit, a pantsuit, I don't know. This is all one ensemble. And where I was worried at was that the pants would be too long because that's just a very common problem I have. Your girl is 5'2". But luckily for me, they are actually working out just fine. I will say it borderline did not fit. Your girl has gotten chonkier again. And like my rump did not want to go over this band part. I kind of had to force it a little bit. Also, it's just showing off. I mean, I look like I'm with child again. It's super comfortable though. Like I said before, pretty sure I can't return any of this, but I would not return this. I would just keep it and wait to get skinny again. I've heard that's like a really toxic mindset and you're not supposed to do that to yourself, but I'm just going to do it to myself. But yeah, this is very comfortable though. So my instinct was right. I will say it is highlighting a lot of insecurities. I took the bra off so my boobs look a little sad, but it just was not working with the bra. And I don't feel like I would like to wear this with a strapless bra. So rocking boobs, I would have to put little inserts in so people don't see my nipples. But also my arms, I have mentioned before, your girl has some fatty arms. That's definitely a point of like self-consciousness for me. But, and this I've just kind of made peace with it. I mean, there are times she's not the most flattering, but I've just kind of made peace. Having said that, I look kind of like Mario. You know how he looks a little rotund. But I did want to give something like this a try, and I'm glad I took the risk, and I do like it. And I appreciate that the pants part is not too long and would be dragging the floor. So, overall, this was a mixed bag, but no fails, which is very exciting. I'm excited about it. I don't know what we're doing next. Hank is still down for his nap. Henry is going to be going to the store. I'm going to tidy up this room because I'm now self-conscious. And I will also probably put on some regular clothes that aren't my pajamas or this Torrid stuff. Haha, the elusive this side of the kitchen. First of all, I just have to give, props, kudos, whatever you want to call it, to Henry for getting me this shirt for Christmas that says, "Don't talk to me, I'm in my luteal phase." It's amazing. Amazing. So I can't think of a possum without thinking of...
Hey, since when did they change it to opossum? What's up with that? I mean, when I was coming up, it was just possum. You know, opossum makes it sound like he's Irish or something. I mean, why do they gotta go changing everything?
And so that's what I think of when I think of a possum. But either way, this is amazing. It was an amazing Christmas gift. Okay, so now that I'm done stunning on you hoes, I am going to tell you the next thing that we are doing. And I don't know how entertaining this is. I don't know how good for content this will be. But every so often, I go through my house and I take inventory of the food in my house. I have a sip of my coffee real quick, sorry. Okay, Jesus Christ. I've been trying to tell you guys what I've been doing for a while. So, my brain's kind of all over the place in terms of like getting out of debt and like some things I can do to start saving money. This is not one of those things, saving money. But one of the things I try to do to save money is I take inventory of the foods in my house and I try to cook with those. It's called eating what we have at home. Because my big problem is my ADHD ass will see a recipe. I'll go, oh my God, I've been in such a recipe slump. This recipe looks amazing. This recipe is healthy. It's this. It's this. It's that. And so I go ahead and I buy the ingredients. And then, not always, but sometimes I just plumb forget. I forget that I wanted to make that. Now, I try to message Henry and like with the recipes of the week so that doesn't happen. But sometimes things just slip through the cracks, and I slowly accumulate more and more food because I've forgotten about the food that I already bought. And I'm like, why is the freezer so full? Why is this so full? Why is that so full? So instead of doing that, I'm going to go through, I've already gone through both my freezers. It's embarrassing the amount of food we have. Although it hasn't gone bad, so I really shouldn't feel guilty for it. I shouldn't. We're going to use it. And now that I know it's there, it's going to be easier to use it. But I never seem to want to inventory my pantry, so I'm going to do that now. And if there's food that's gone bad, I'll throw it out. If there's food I just know for certain I'm just not going to eat, I will put it in the donate pile. I've had great success donating food. I usually have people come to me to get it. However, I had this lady message me and I listed just a number of things, a number of pantry stable items that were not expired. Was like, hey, if anyone wants this assortment of food, you know, please let me know. And so I had a lady reach out to me and she was like, how close is your house to the nearest bus stop? And we do have a bus stop a ways away. And she was like, I don't drive, so I need to take the bus and I'll just walk there. I walk a fair amount. And I'm like, no, I'll just bring it to you. Just tell me your address. I'll just bring it. And so I brought it to her, and I remember it ended up being a pain. Like, her address wasn't working right in maps. She wasn't responding to my messages. And so finally I just used like Google Street View to find it. Found it, dropped it off. She sent me an apology. She's like, I'm sorry. My phone was on charge and this and that. I'm like, it's fine. Did you get it? And she was like, yes. And then she sent me a message later and said, hey, thank you so much for that food. It really gave me some pep in my step. I had like this dry soup mix. And she's like, I made that dry soup mix for dinner last night and it was wonderful. And I'm like, it was worth the trouble. It was also around Christmas time. It was like, actually, funnily enough, this time of year, I think last year. So I'm good. I'm not going to cry, but it touched my soul. I was like, okay, it was worth it. Okay. So, Jesus Christ, I've been talking forever. We're going to take inventory of our pantry, and this is a judgment-free zone, okay? Judgment-free. Please. I hope this lives rent-free in all of your heads. Actually, one time Henry came home, and I was baby wearing Hank because I was decluttering, and I was wearing this, and it was pretty funny. You guys, if I find the picture, I'll share it, but you guys won't be able to see Hank's face, but he just looks like he's so done with my shit. He just kind of looks like he's staring off like, what's this bitch doing now? I needed this coffee this morning because me and Henry, I don't watch a lot of movies, and I damn sure don't since I've had a baby. I'm just like, I don't have time to sit and watch a movie. But last night, I saw that The Departed was free on freaking YouTube. And yes, it is not a politically correct movie. Seriously, don't watch it if you're easily offended. They say a lot of really terrible things. But it's still a really good movie. And it's 2.5 hours long. And I never do that. But we stayed up till midnight watching it. And then Hank woke up early. And Henry got up with him. So I really shouldn't complain. But we just stayed up too late watching the movie. And Hank sensed it. He knew. He knew. No, it's not his fault. It was our fault. We were being irresponsible. Also, I can't think of the movie The Departed without thinking of this one Little Dicky lyric.
I just turned off The Departed for a movie about a bee.
So there's that. All right, let's get into this pantry. I don't know how well filming's going to look in here. Y'all pray for me. It reminds me of like a scary video game when you have a flashlight that's slowly dying and you're like trying to investigate like, oh my God, this is part of the scavenger hunt. It's this. But yeah, and then your flashlight gets dimmer and dimmer until you can't see anymore. Oh, I didn't mean for strobe light. Okay. Either way, I don't give a crap what anyone says about my headlamp. This thing comes in handy. Let me find a place to put you. have a line on my head from the headlamp. All in all, not bad. I didn't have to throw out very much. I forgot that right before Hank was born, I did that whole decluttering course. So nothing was like wildly expired, or at least very few things were. I just kind of forgot that I had done that, much like Daenerys apparently forgot about the Iron Fleet.
While Dany kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet and Euron's forces, they certainly haven't forgotten about her.
Either way, I may have like gone through and checked to see what was expired a couple months back, but I did not take inventory of it. So what I do is I write it on here, I take a picture of it. I think I might print it out. All right, well, Henry will be home soon. I'm about to sit and stare at nothing for a little bit and drink the remainder of my coffee. I'll see you guys in a bit. Not super hungry yet, but the next thing I'll probably do is have lunch after I sit and stare at a wall for a little bit. Oh, you know, I did realize, though, that I probably should fill you guys in on what I have been reading. So I finished Bear like a while back, Bear, and so I actually filmed the review for it a little bit ago. So let's head on over to Past Maddie to talk about that. Okay, so I finished Bear a couple days ago, and I wanted to give you guys my review while it's fresh in my mind. So let's get into it. I did not care for this book. I did not like it. I'm sorry. And it's hard to talk about why I didn't like it without getting into spoiler territory, but I will stay out of spoiler territory. It was slow. So the book is about two sisters, Sam and Elena, and it's from Sam's perspective. They live on an island in the Pacific Northwest, and they have a house, and they live with their mother, who is terminally ill. She is going to pass away. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And so Sam, because the book is from her perspective, she tells you, you know, they have big plans that when their mother passes away, they're going to sell the house and move to the mainland. She does not like living on the island. The big thing, the reason it's called Bear, is because they start spotting a bear on the island, which is very strange because bears aren't native to the island, so the bear must have swam to get to the island. It's a whole thing. I will say they were heavy on like some of the symbolism, at least that I could pick up. Like, these girls live on an island, you know, they're isolated in a way. I mean, they're not literally, but like symbolically they are. I did not care for the ending at all. Sam herself is extremely unlikable. Again, hard to talk about it without getting into spoiler territory, but she's very self-centered. She's very sensitive, very quick to assume people are like speaking down to her, speaking ill toward her, or what have you. Like, it would be like, she sort of like gives the vibe of someone who would be like, hey, is this dress ugly? Does it not look good on me? And someone's like, yeah, it's not your best color. And she's like, what the hell? Like, that's honestly the vibe that she gives. I don't mind unlikable main characters, but like, I guess in the sense that I don't mind when a main character makes selfish decisions or does things that are selfish or whatever. But if they're just like bitchy, I'm not a fan of it. Overall, I did not enjoy it. And something that I really should have been doing this whole time whenever I was doing these, you know, read-throughs is to see what the rating on GOODREADS was. I don't want to do that before reading the book because I don't want it to influence how I feel about the book. So I did look it up after the fact to see if other people felt the same as me, and they did. It has 3.22 stars on GOODREADS, and that is what I would probably give it, maybe even 2.5. I will, to its credit, say that it was very well written. It could just be a personal preference type of thing for me because I did feel like it was well written. I felt like the prose was good. I enjoyed the kind of delving into their childhood stuff. It was just slow. I did not mean to talk so long, but that's just how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Bear. Did not enjoy it. Probably 2.5 stars overall. I also since then have read Frida McFadden's The Locked Door. And I have read, I want to say like 5 Frida McFadden books. I'm going to put them on the screen in order from least favorite to most favorite. Most favorite, just favorite. However, did not enjoy this one very much. It wasn't bad. There was nothing like terrible about it. The writing was fine. It was very Frida McFadden. I guess maybe I've just read too many of her books. I kind of saw the twist coming. I was kind of able to guess the bad guy. I just had a feeling. And the premise was very interesting. The premise was the main character is this doctor, And her father was a serial killer. He would cut off people's hands. They called him the handyman. Hey, bud.
What's up, baby?
You remember whenever I had finished reading that book, Bear, and I started reading this, like, thriller book by Frida McFadden?
Yeah.
Okay, so, you know, we find out that the main character's father is a serial killer, and, well, he would cut off people's hands, and they called him the handyman. What do you think about the handyman? What are your thoughts on the handyman?
Tomorrow's Sunday.
Yeah.
But on Monday, I'm getting a divorce lawyer.
I didn't do it. I didn't name
She presented it to me.
I love you.
You say that, your actions say otherwise.
All of a sudden, people start ending up like murdered in the same fashion that her father used to kill people. However, her father is in prison, and he's definitely in prison, so we don't know what's up. Or do we? Or is he in prison? You know, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. So it's sort of like, you know, they question, there's some questionability about, like, you know, is the narrator reliable? Is it her that's doing it? She is a doctor. She could cut off people's hands. She's a surgeon. However, yeah, the premise was good, but I just didn't enjoy it. And in fact, I saw the twist coming as to who it was. However, there was another twist within that, and I thought that was the dumbest shit ever. I was like, oh, that's cheesy. Like, I'm not saying it's like cheesy on the level that, like, this person had a secret identical twin sister and they were the ones doing it. And that's why when we checked the camera and we saw twin A was actually twin B and all along. It just like stupid. Okay, it's not that serious, but that's like the level of cheese factor it was on. So I would probably give The Locked Door, like, I think I'm being generous giving it a 2.5 just for personal taste. I could see someone reading it and loving it, especially if they've never read Frida McFadden. I thought it was just okay. And so the next book I am reading is, drumroll, I'm finally reading Project Hail Mary. I've been waiting for it to be released from the library so that I could read it, and I am reading it very slowly. Things have been busy lately. Hank's sleep regression obviously put like a damper on me reading, although, knock on wood, things have gotten better in the sleep regression department, so I'm very happy about that, but I need to get back to reading. But I have started it, and I am enjoying it thus far. Although I will say Andy Weir, is that who writes it? Yeah, he really likes his lone protagonist. He really does. Okay. Either way, I am going to relax, drink my coffee, and probably eat a little lunch that I may show you guys. What else do we have to do today? I don't know.
Yeah. Better off. I am wicked, you're insane. But I wouldn't have it any other way. If we're knocked out, we'll go the distance. Pound for pound, we're a perfect match. Pulling punches, or toe to toe, we're always on the road. Worse or better, we can't stop, we can't stop. Us together, better off.
I hope I don't come off entitled saying this, but there's nothing more stressful than having your baby down and just the thumping upstairs being so bad that it's like picking up on his monitor. Like, I don't know if you can hear. We have white noise, so we do try to block them out, and it's the middle of the day. They're entitled to make noise, but like, what the hell are you doing up there? What are you doing? I need a house. I need to get a house. Every time this happens, I remind myself, like, this is why we need to get out of debt, matey, so we can save for a house. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna manifest it, even though the housing market is awful. Okay, this next tidbit, I don't know when to include it in the vlog, but I did want to give you guys something of an update. Okay, our star isn't lit up, but unrelated, this worked out great. It is not aesthetic in the slightest. It is not. But were my cats able to climb and ruin my tree? No, they were not. So it was worth it. Hello, and welcome to the back of the couch. You don't often see this. It's a whole new world back here. I need to take down my Christmas decorations. But regardless, I am here to be productive. Henry has the boy. They're actually laying on the couch. You'll probably hear them. But I'm here to put together something that we got for Christmas. I'm now seeing that I'm going to have to angle the camera. Okay, hell yeah, that never happens as easily. Haha, my address is here and you guys will never know. Okay. I'll see myself out. You know what kills me is when these boxes are like, you probably can't see it, but it's like, open with care. Do not use sharp knives, scissors, or blades. What am I supposed to do to open this? What am I supposed to use? Hopes and dreams? What the hell am I supposed to use?
Use the force, Maddie.
Apparently. Zelda, you gotta get out of the way. God. Nothing makes you feel more out of shape than when you have to move around on the floor. I did get a crate for Christmas to store some things in the outdoors. I'm also using my teeny tiny pair of sewing scissors, you know, so I don't offend the delicate capabilities or sensibilities of this box. I also saw this TikToker I like. Again, I watch YouTube shorts. I'm old. I saw her store her wrapping paper in this like fancy schmancy box. And I was like, I'm too cheap to buy that. But you know what I'm not too cheap to do? Essentially makeshift this box into that thing. I feel like I'm gonna have to like cut it in half for it to work. But if that works out, I'll show you guys. Because I have a lot of leftover wrapping paper this year. Ugh. Okay. POV or Zelda. Trying not to get crushed. Just kidding. That's not how POV works. Nobody on the internet seems to know what POV actually is. But here we go. Oh God, Zelda. You okay? Yeah. I don't know why I think I can do this. It cracks me up that these things cost like, you know, like this one. I think this one was actually pretty cheap. Everything was on sale, but it cracks me up these things cost so much money and essentially you could make the same thing if you had like a 3D printer. This looks like it's the outside. Okay, it says it'll click in. Oh, I see. Yeah. What the hell? Like, all it's like is like, just put it in here and it'll click. It just says like, oh, it'll click into place. I'm like, you can go straight to hell. You can click yourself. It's all a bed of lies. No, it's not. It's not fucking working. This is so dumb and I hate it. Is this the better way? Like, I don't get it. Ah. But now how am I supposed to get this right? I don't know, it'll click into place. Ugh, no. I feel like I need the freaking Family Feud X sign over my face right now. Oh God. Yeah, he pooped.
He did. He just pooped.
I'm assuming it won't be perfect until...
We're doing it backwards.
Are you serious? Yes. No, don't you lie.
I'm not lying.
I don't know why you're lying. Why would you do that? Man, I'm so mad at you.
Oh no!
I wanted to do this myself. I'm a strong, independent woman. So the reviews were wrong. You really don't need a mallet.
No.
All right, we are going to make dinner. We are going to make homemade chicken sloppy josephs. Henry made some sloppy josephs. He made this recipe whenever I was pregnant and had gestational diabetes. We were hoping it wouldn't spike my blood sugar. We were wrong. But it was very tasty, and we've been wanting to eat it again. So we are going to do that. I will link it below, but I may just also tell y'all what's in it because the freaking website is absolutely inundated with ads. I understand they gotta make their dime, they gotta make their coin, but it's obnoxious, okay? It's obnoxious. Like, literally, like, I can't even scroll through the ingredients without it being broken up by ads. Okay, I'm done. But alright. Yeah, I just decided to tell y'all how I made this. Also, I made some tweaks to it. But if you don't mind the annoying website inundated with ads, then you can check it out in the description down below. Now you might be asking, Maddie, what makes this a sloppy Joseph and not a sloppy Joe? And the answer is that this is a fancier Joe, which makes him Joseph. So the first thing about Joseph is that he has some veggies in him. So we're going to cut up some bell pepper and saute that alongside some frozen chopped onion. Once these bad boys have softened for like 5 to 7 minutes, you want to add some garlic if you're lazy like me. Then, with Joseph, we do ground chicken. And you can also do ground turkey, but I like ground chicken best with this recipe. And salt and pepper it, don't be an animal. Then, once you brown the meat and broken it up, you want to add an entire can of tomato sauce, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, and some Worcestershire sauce, also a tablespoon. And then once that's in there, give it all a good mix. After that, you want to let it simmer uncovered for about 15 minutes to thicken up. I've been simmering for 32 years and I've thickened up a great deal. I served this alongside some steamed vegetables that I had hiding in my deep freeze and seasoned it with way too much ranch seasoning, but it was actually still pretty good. Henry was also a big fan of this dinner. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, do the usual, like, comment, and subscribe because the YouTube wizards love that for the growth of my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Happy New Year, and bye!